Now, some of you are going to be a bit confused, I think. What's happening? What's this weird thing that's going on right now? Well, let me tell you, kids. Some of you may or may not know this, but I used to have a podcast. Every week. What I tried to do called Blockheads. Blockheads Podcast. It's a podcast I did every week with Aubrey Studios 82. Well, for the most part. Basically over the course of the summer. Fun little thing. We, it was just something to do. We'd talk about stuff. And then, we stopped doing that for a cavalcade. Cavalcade? There's a word for it. Wait, hold up. Cavalcade? Oh yeah, that is a word. Cavalcade. How's it pronounced, Google?
Cavalcade.
Oh, that Google pronunciation voice is pretty good.
Cavalcade.
Cavalcade. I'm gonna say cavalcade. Cavalcade of, I don't even know what I was saying it for in the first place. Anyway, regardless, the main point being, we stopped doing that for a lot of reasons. Various different reasons. And then, so I started my own podcast on the Blockheads Podcast YouTube channel. It was on a separate YouTube channel. But now I did that, and then we get like 10 people showing up for each episode, more or less. I mean, granted, I didn't really advertise these too well. So it's like, 9-10 people. I mean, I guess that makes sense. In terms of just people that it'll just like drop everything to watch stuff, Anyway. So, yeah. So I figured, I've been doing that for like 2 weeks now. 2 episodes so far. It's called The Lone Clone. There's a pretty great announcement video I made. It's on the Blockheads Podcast YouTube channel. But you're wondering, okay, well, why are you doing it here? Why episode 3? Why are you starting on episode 3? Well, let me tell you why. Because what's happening here is that, I don't know, maybe we can get more views. I don't know. See, the problem is I'm like, we could do probably like 7 or 8 viewers on the Blockheads YouTube channel with little to no notice. Or we could do it on this channel with little to no notice and get like 10 viewers. See, I think, the general idea was I was hoping for more. I don't know, because I'm an egomaniac, that's why. And there's also a Q&A section at the end. And that's fun to, the more people you have, Q&Aing, the better, I guess, is the idea. And so, yeah, that's pretty much why. So now I'm streaming it on this channel, which has 20 times the audience of the Blockheads YouTube channel. Yeah, and we've got 10 viewers, but that's okay. That's okay. Honestly, like, my problem is I actually need to announce things ahead of time. I need to announce things more than, 20 minutes ahead of time. Even though I created this live event. Live events are so frustrating on YouTube because you have the stream now function, which is just you plug and play. You're good. You're done. Go. But then you have the live event, which is like that you have to do a live event if you want to have like the countdown thing, and the problem is, like, I created the live event privately so I could get all the settings right, and then I made it public, and I don't think it sent out a notification to people because I had like only one person waiting here, and now I've got like 14 people watching now after I've posted about it on Twitter and Instagram. I didn't post about it on Instagram. Maybe I should post more stuff on Instagram. I've been very kind of down on Instagram recently. I just kind of hate opening the app ever since they started doing the whole open up, or the most popular posts get seen first in people's timelines, because that just means that posts from celebrities and giant meme accounts take up space before like creators or just like regular people, which is I mean, or at least that's my problem. That's where I stand. I don't know. You could not follow The Rock or Avril Lavigne or Coldplay like I do, or 10 other meme accounts like I do, and then just follow all your friends, and so then it'll kind of even stuff out, even Steven. But I don't want to do that. So I've just kind of stopped checking Instagram recently. Oh, it did send you I think what happened is it sent people notifications once it started. But yeah, so people are wondering, what is this? Well, if this is your first time listening, this is a podcast I do where I talk about me. Yeah, it's the Egomaniac podcast. Me, my experiences in the world, and everything that surrounds it. I'll usually talk about like movies and stuff, I guess, or what's happening in school or life or something. I always gotta fidget when I'm doing stuff like this. I'm very kinesthetic in that sense. Right now I'm fidgeting with the key to my car, which is like it's like the electronic key, but you press a button and then it like the actual key like pops out like a switchblade. It's pretty fun. Makes a fun little sound. Anyway. So, what did I want to talk about this week? Multiple things, I suppose. Oh yeah, also these usually last an hour. But this episode, I don't know, I guess it'll be re-uploaded on the Blockheads YouTube channel. Because, probably with zero editing. Editing? So that I can just download the file and then upload it again. Without having to process it, render it. Regardless. But yeah, going back to my main point, my problem is I think I just need to schedule stuff out. Like if I, like, a day or something, or just like the same day. Just the same day, I'll just say in the morning, hey guys, I'm going to be streaming at 6:30 Mountain, I guess 8:30 Eastern tonight. Eastern Daylight Time. Because it's Daylight Savings, I think. I'll be streaming then. And then I'll set up the live event in the morning. And then I might get more than 10 people watching, because then people will be like, "Oh, I'll put this aside. I'll keep that as a part of my schedule planning in the future." Or I mean, I don't know how many people would listen. I think if I do that for like animation, just like streams in general, then I get way more viewers. The only like exception would be when I do a live stream where I watch people's videos like in prime time, so at like 6 or 7 o'clock Eastern, when like on a Friday or Saturday, because I did that once, and I said let's check out some of your guys' videos, and I usually average like 15 to 20 viewers on the animation streams, and so because of that, where was I going with this? I saw Tyfly say something, and then I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. So usually on a stream, like just a regular animation stream, which is like actually what my channel is about, I get like 10 to 20 viewers just when I do it spontaneously. But during that, let's watch some of your guys' videos things. That I got like 50 viewers at least right away. Over the course of the live stream, it dwindled to about 35 at the end, which is still great. That's like twice, 3 times my normal schedule, or my normal streams, because people want me to judge their video. Everyone wants. Who doesn't want some good criticism, right? I guess. I don't know. I might do another one of those now that I have some time freed up. But now my problem is, since I finished the Thor thing. Oh yeah, Tyfly said your Thor recreation seemed to derail your schedules. Kind of. I mean, I started it in August, and I guess that was towards the tail end of Blockheads. But I think I did like 2 episodes when I started that Thor recreation. Like I started. When was New York or San Diego Comic-Con? I think that was SDCC 2017. That was like July 29th to. Oh wait, no, that's next year. Why don't they show latest updates? 10 day 4. So yeah, it was like 10:20 something to. So when the Thor video trailer came out, I basically immediately started working on it. So it was like July 20 something was when it came out, and then I started working on it. I think like probably July 27th or 8th. I still have all. Oh no, I deleted all the files for Thor. Thankfully, it was like 20 gigabytes. It was a lot, to say the least. I guess it derailed my schedule. The problem is like even when I streamed for Thor, you know, I don't know. I guess I don't want to plan stuff like this. That's my thing. Yeah, I just kind of want to be spontaneous, even though that's probably bad for viewership. Like Just Too Good, he's like, hey, I'll do a stream later today. I'm like, oh, you know, I should probably keep that in mind when I'm doing my activities tonight. But no, I'm being dumb. Or yeah, I'll keep that in mind when I do my activities, and then maybe when I stream, I'll do something like that. But no, I'm dumb. I'm a dummy, and I just want to do this whenever the hell I want to do it, which is a little silly, but that's okay. It preserves a certain quality of these live streams, whether that be animation stuff or podcast related. So that's what's been going on with me, I guess. Or I guess in other podcast news, Brick Film Day is a thing, right? Yeah. If you guys haven't seen this, I've been promoting it all across Twitter. But there's this like event going on in, I think, February 18th, 2018, called Brick Film Day. Just Too Good, Halloween special live stream. Oh, I did it 2 years ago. Or I'm sorry, 2 hours ago. Sorry. Regardless. Yeah, so this Brick Film Day. So like a month ago or something. Let me fill you in on the scoop. What is Brick Film Day? Like a month ago, I was contacted, and somebody said, hey, you want to be a part of Brick Film Day? I'm like, what's Brick Film Day? And they're like, well, on February 12th or something, we're going to get like as many brick filmers as we can to to release a brick film all on the same day. And like each brick filmer is going to have a time slot. So like every hour, so that like every hour a new brick film comes out, and then we're going to be doing a live stream. Well, I didn't find this out until later, but we're going to be doing a live stream like looking at all these people's videos. And it's like it's brick film day, you know? Like 40 brick films come out from people all across the community. Ideally, if we could remain, if they can retain that many people, and you know, that many people actually do it. So I'm like, oh, this is interesting, because I'm always looking for an excuse to do stuff like brick film. I could do something like Thack or Brawl, but I don't know. That's too stressful. Brawl would be less stressful, I guess. But it's like, you know, you gotta, there's all these rules. You have to do a theme. I don't like that, you know? I don't like that too much. Oh, you have to incorporate, like, a certain brick combination element thing. I don't like that too much. Anyway, so what I want is more of, like, a prompt, not a prompt. I don't want a prompt. I just want an excuse to do some more original brick films, because I've been in a slump. I don't know. After I did that Thor thing, I've just had a bunch of time, and I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything for about a week and a half ever since I released that video, and it's gotten a mediocre amount of views. Oh well. And it hasn't even been seen by one person. Or by one crew member. It's fine, though. It's fine. The two videos combined have 15K. Which is... it's not, you know... It could be better. God damn. I spent 2 months on this thing. But that's not what brick filming's about. It's about making films and putting them out there. It's not about the views. It's not about the money you get back. Even though I'm surprised. I mentioned this in the last episode of The Lone Clone. But I'm surprised that my main video is still monetized. The recreation isn't, of course. But the thing about the recreation, man. Right now it's at 5K views. The trailer is at 10K views. But the man. The comparison. 5K views, but it's gaining more views. It's gaining views faster than the original one. Which is not good. It's not a good... I mean, views are views. Views are views are views are views, right? It's more people go to get my channel more exposure. But it's like, man, I'm not getting any money from that. Like, even though I've been getting, you know, higher than normal views for the past, like, you know, half a year, practically. I haven't, you know, I've been getting like a third of what I used to earn because most of those views are from the Iron Man 3 video, and that's demonetized. So it's just empty views in terms of, you know, my pocketbook. Now, luckily, in the absence of like getting money from regular brick films, I have the Pumpkin Man, which has kind of been helping me fill out the rest of what my normal paycheck would be. So, you know, I haven't been too salty, but, you know, well, my second channel makes more money than my first channel because of a stupid meme video, which, you know, it's kind of actually underperforming for October, I think, which is a little disappointing. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how many views it gets on Halloween Day. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. So for my main channel, you know, I want something to get out there that I can monetize and get a lot of views from. Okay. Even though I don't know, we'll see how long it takes. I think it's gonna happen eventually where the comparison surpasses the original one's views, or my original recreation. That's kind of oxymoronic. We'll see how long it takes. I don't think it's gonna happen very soon, but I don't know, maybe in like 2 weeks or something. But it's gonna happen eventually, and I'm gonna be super salty, even though, man, that's a good thumbnail though. I really like the thumbnail for the side-by-side comparison. I like where it's the glowy line. Anyway, that's besides the point. I didn't have a point. I don't know. This is why I've been doing podcasts on a semi-regular basis for like 2 years, or more or less. I guess a year and a half. and I can still hardly orate my points correctly. You know, I'm not even looking at the chat anymore because I get distracted by it when I'm going off on about a tangent. Oh yeah, Brick Film Day. Thank you, Arrowverse Studios. I appreciate that. This is why I look at the chat every once in a while. So yeah, Brick Film Day. That's what I was talking about. See, I get on these tangents. This is why I need a 2-person podcast, at least. If I do a podcast, it needs to be at least 2 people, because then I'll have like actual points, and I'm not just rambling about different tangents, you know, for an hour. I need to extend the Q&A sessions here, so that they're about you know, like 20 minutes rather than just 15 or 10. Regardless, yeah. So Brick Film Day. So they contact. Yeah, anyway, so what I was getting back to, what I should be getting back to. You get distracted either way. Okay, yeah. Well, I get less distracted because then the other person puts me in check. Regardless, Brick Film Day. Yeah. So I'm like, I always wanted an excuse to, you know, to make original stuff, because yeah, like I said, I've been in a funk recently. I just haven't been motivated to do anything. And so Brick Film Day seems like a cool idea. And so they're like, okay, we're gonna be doing an announcement stream with a Q&A or something. Bring a guest on the show. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Then I'd just be like Dangerous Bricks. Oh, I gotta get back to Sam, DK Films, because I think he was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. But because Sam, he's like, hey, now that, you know, you're done with your Thor thing, Jonathan's done with the wedding, you guys want to do an episode of Dangerous Bricks together? And I did not respond. Because I have all the time in the world, but now Jonathan's off, you know, working on the Halloween special, so he'll be tied up until Halloween. Anyway, that's beside the point. So yeah, Brick Film Day. Oh yeah, so then I find out, they're like, hey, we're going to be doing an announcement stream. I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know. Or we're going to be doing an announcement video, and then later in the day we'll be doing a stream, or like a day later we'll be doing a stream answering people's questions. I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea. By the time the stream comes around, let's see here. Bring a guest on the show. So what? Just bring people especially to keep you on track. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so we're like, oh, we're gonna have a stream, and I didn't really see any. I mean, granted, I don't use Instagram anymore, but I'm like, hey, I haven't seen this, you know, advertised anywhere, and they didn't do like an announcement video or anything, which is, you know, it's ironic that I'm like criticizing them for this, because, you know, I don't do this for my streams, even though I probably should. But granted, most of my streams are just like the one-off things, like I said. But like in an actual announcement stream, it's like, okay, you should probably like, you know, make a little video. It's like, hey, later today we'll be, or maybe they did. I don't know. I'm just counteracting. I'm just trying to have my cake and eat it too. Cover all the bases, so that I can like criticize Brick Film Day, while at the same time, making sure nobody gets mad. So yeah, so it's like, yeah, should we advertise this more? Maybe like wait a day. I'm like, no, it'll be fine. So then by the time you know, the live stream starts, I don't know what's on the agenda. It's like ran by like 2 guys, like I don't know, I think like JB Bricks, and Lucas Kaywood. I think it's run by those guys because they did something similar last year, but it was for like Lord of the Rings, you know, because it was the 50th anniversary. And so today, and so now they're doing like the same thing this year, but with just like brick films in general. I think they said like because it's an anniversary of like the first brick film anyone's ever made that we know of, at least, which is like I think it was called A Trip to the Moon. Was it A Trip to Moon? Wait, am I confusing that with the like the 1911 film. That's like that was used in Hugo. No, I don't. Yeah, no. Well, either way, like the first brick film ever known to, that was like privately made and not for a Lego commercial, was created. It was. I think it was actually called Trip to the Moon. Yeah. So, they're like, yeah, it's like the 40th anniversary or something, because it was like 1970 something, maybe like 45th, maybe 50th. God damn it! I keep contradicting myself. But yeah, it's like, okay, so we'll do this, but so that more people can do it. So overall, I think it's a great idea. And like, in terms of the marketing, like the graphics and everything look great. I love the like multicolored brick. So yeah, I think I'm excited for it. Oh yeah, so we do this live stream. That's like 45 minutes, and like nobody's there. The only people that are watching are like the people in the stream. So it's like, what? Maybe come on, guys. Like, oh, don't worry about it. We were talking about it all over Instagram. And then we didn't get like anybody watching. So we just talked for like 45 minutes. I went on like a 10-minute tangent about a rush of blood to the head, vinyl stuff. And so now they just uploaded it, and it's called Announcement Stream Highlights. It's, by the way, there's a YouTube channel for this stuff here. I'll put this in the chat for the people here. For the people watching this as a video on demand. I don't know. You're gonna have to figure it out, I guess. But yeah, so they cut it down so it's nice and edited, and it looks good. And like I said, I like the graphics and everything, and the aesthetic of it all. But it says Brick Film Day podcast. Episode 1. I'm like, wait, what? I thought we were just doing an announcement live stream. I didn't know this is gonna be like a continuous thing. And I mean, granted, I'm sure if I don't want to do more episodes, I don't have to, but I probably will, because I need some kind of outlet that's not this podcast. Because this podcast is a poor excuse. It's a poor excuse of content. Nobody's really interested. I get the same amount of viewers whether I'm on the Blockheads YouTube page or on my own channel that has 20 times the subscriber base. That just feeds into my theory that like you have your core audience. Even like a core audience has like several layers. Like you have a core audience like on my main channel. I'll watch anything I make. Anything I'll make, and that's about 600 to 800 people. And I judged that metric by like when I uploaded the Denver Comic-Con vlog. I think that got like 600 to 800 views. Over time, it might have creeped up to 1,000, but that's just by people randomly checking it out. It's like how many views a video has after the first week that really isn't related to any of the other content on your channel. Those are your core followers that'll watch whatever you make. And then there's like a sub layer of that, of people who are subscribed to your second channel or your alternate channels, or I guess just your second channel, and are following you on social media and stuff. And then there's an even smaller subsect that'll follow you on other channels. So this might be like on a podcast you're on or something. Follow that podcast because you're on it. And then there's an even smaller subsect that'll just watch whatever. That'll drop everything to watch a video or something that you're producing. And in terms of that smallest category of people, I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't like using the word fans because it doesn't feel like I deserve it. I guess not deserve it in the sense of like, oh, I didn't earn this. Not deserve it in like, why would I have fans? It's the weirdest thing. I don't, like, even though that number says 11,000 subscribers and my Twitter says 500 followers and my Instagram says 2,900 followers, it doesn't feel like people are actually fans of what I do. Or at least it's not that it doesn't feel like that, it's that I don't feel like that should happen. Cuz I don't make like either in my eyes I don't make consistent content or I don't make consistent enough content, and that's why I started doing podcasts over the past year and a half. Maybe I think I might need to tone down on the podcasts and live streams because I've been doing too much of that stuff recently. But also, I don't feel like what I make is like good enough to warrant fans. Like how AKP has like these balls to the wall, crazy action videos. Or like this James Bond one where it's like hyper realistic. Not the one he just put out, even though that one's still really good. But like the one he put out like 2 years ago when he was super small, he's still super underrated. But regardless, oh god, I've done it again. I've lost out. My train of thought. Trust no thoughts, boys. Trust no thoughts. I'm sorry. Yeah. So that's that's my rant about followers. I feel like, see, the thing is, like, the name of the game, if you want to get big in brick filming, it's easy. It really is easy. You have like, you just got to get your foot in the door somehow. And get like a few hundred subscribers through various means. I got it over the course of like 4 years to get to this several hundred subscriber point. You just gotta get your foot in the door. Oh, it finally started. Yes. Okay. Sorry. The reason I've been spacing out so much is because I'm looking at this app that's like a game show app, and you win actual money if you can win. I haven't won any of the games yet. Or if you answer like 12... Anyway, sorry. So you get your foot in the door as a brick filmer. And then you either have to make several videos that blow up a lot. Or a lot of videos consistently that are of adequate quality. Like Michael Hickox, or I think this guy like FK Films, I think his name is... Yeah, FK Films. Like, they make these, like, super consistent, generic... Oh, yeah, and they have to... And of course, these, like, videos have to, like, appeal to an audience. So as long as you keep that going, it'll be great. You know, you're on the way to success. Now, of course, like, there's a cap. If you want to get famous on YouTube for being a brick filmer, good luck. Okay? You're not, in terms of YouTube famous, like Michael Hickox is like the peak. You know, I use him as a judge of what the ceiling could possibly be for brick films. I don't know how many people work with him. I think maybe just like one. I don't know. It might just be him. In which case, it's amazing that he gets a video a week. But hey, if I did this as a full-time job, maybe I could pump out a video a week. But who knows? Who knows? If it was my sole source of income. But yeah. So anyway, back to this app. It's called HQ. It's by the guys who made Vine. So you know it's gonna be good, right? And I guess throughout my life, my adolescence, I've always been a fan of like trivia shows, or like trivia in general. Because I know a lot of trivia, and it's been super, super useless in most of my life, except for one very small aspect, and that's watching trivia shows and playing Brain Bowl in school, or like Knowledge Bowl. Like, I have a club, and like you have teams, and then you press a buzzer. You know, somebody asks a question, you press a buzzer, and you answer it, and you get points. I love doing that. I do that every Friday at school. It's great. Great time. I love it. Because I get to show off all my stupid trivia. Anyway, this HQ game. It's an app where they give you 12 questions. 12 questions, and then if you can answer them all in a row correctly, you get a cut of a prize money pool. So, like for instance, usually the pot is like $250. So if 20 people answer all the questions correctly, then that $250 is split up amongst those 20. Oh, what's the usual plural for hippopotamus? Hippopotamuses. Okay, sorry. So yeah, then it'd be like 20. It'd be like however many dollars, like 15 or something, per person. And they actually like PayPal you once you like earn enough money. Like once you earn at least $20, then you get, then they'll actually like PayPal you the money, which is crazy. This is crazy. And so now, Sunday night, this is their big game. They got a $1,500 pot because it's sponsored or something. I don't know. And so I just need to get it. I timed this podcast very poorly, is what I'm trying to say here, because now I have to multitask and play this HQ game and see if I can get 12 questions in a row. This happened last night when I went bowling. Which of these rock bands features a former member of Nirvana? Foo Fighters. That's One Direction and the Chainsmokers. What? No. Foo Fighters is like the only rock band, I guess. Please tell me I'm right. I mean, I don't know too much about music, but anyway, yeah, what I'm saying is I'm bad at scheduling things. Oh, I got it right. Good. So right now, yeah, they're doing their big game, their big weekend game. And I've gotten 2 questions right so far. Wait, who was the American Top 40 radio host before Ryan Seacrest? Casey James, Wolfman Jack. Casey Kasem. Don Pardo. That's the guy from SNL. And then I don't know who Wolfman Jack is. Please tell me it's not Wolfman Jack. Maybe it'd be a good thing if I lose, because yes, okay. Maybe it'd be a good thing if I lose, because then I could actually focus on this podcast. But no, you guys can have fun playing trivia with me. I've gotten 3 questions right so far out of 12, 25% of the way there. Who was Frankenstein in Mary Shelley's book of the same name? Oh, that's the doctor. Dr. Frankenstein. All right, so I'm 33% of the way there. I don't know how to entertain you guys. Oh, yeah, so they also got this host guy. So the way it works, it's like a live stream video thing, where they have this guy who's like sitting in front of a green screen, and they got like a moving background. And he's got like a suit on, and he's basically like Alex Trebek or something. And he has like witty commentary on each of the jokes, or on each of the trivia things. And he seems metro. Okay, which of these companies started as a Manhattan pharmacy 1851? Burt's Bees? No. Clinique? Kiehl's. That sounds kind of Jewish. Definitely not Burt's Bees. Might be Clinique, though. I don't know. Come on. Question 5. Question not 5. Come on, please. For the love of God. Yes! Kiehl's. I'm like, oh, that kind of sounds a little Jewish, Manhattan's kind of a Jewy place. I'm sorry. This is probably really boring at this point. I sidetracked. Yes, I did sidetrack. Oh, okay. Which of these video sharing websites was founded last? Dailymotion, YouTube, or Justin TV? Shit. Probably Dailymotion. I remember Justin TV was that's what Twitch used to be, like back in 2010. I actually don't know when Dailymotion was founded. Please, for the love of God, don't. I know YouTube was 2005. God damn it, Justin. It's Justin TV. Welp. It's been fun. Okay. So now I can actually focus on this. Sorry, guys. I need to make money some way. What? And, I could get a job. But no. I've never had a job. Why would I get a job? The app's called HQ for people wondering. Anyway. How long have I been going? May or may not open it up to questions at this point. We've been going for about 41 minutes. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll open it up to questions. So if you guys got questions about stuff, about my life, I don't know, just in general, that you want me to answer, ask them, and I might answer them. Yeah. May or may not. I don't know if you got a good question. Or you give me a super chat or something. Okay. Legos don't pay the bills. They really don't. I got a car now. Christ. That's going to be I've had it for 2 days. And my dad's like, "Oh, you should probably get a car wash." And like, a car wash is like $8, dude. I don't make that much. And I make that in like a week from making Lego videos. Okay. I might actually have to get a job now. Probably be good to get a job because then that'd show up on a college transcript. Now every day it's just about college. Jesus, I gotta think about college. But yeah, like a job looks good on. I might get an internship at my local TV station, public access. Does stop motion make you decent amount of money? No, really. I mean, if you consider that it's a hobby and I'm doing it for fun and I'm just getting money from it, then yeah, I'm gonna be straight with you guys. I make more or less $100 a month, which is the bare minimum that YouTube requires to send out the money. You need to make at least $100 for them to send out the check to you, and that resets once every month. So for me, granted, I haven't had a video in a while that's blown up, that's not been demonetized, nor have I been making videos, period. So that doesn't help. I don't know. Maybe if I was more consistent, I spent less time watching, TV and consuming stuff, more time actually making videos, then I'd make more money. But for people like Akash and Jonathan, yeah, it makes them a lot of money. I'm not going to divulge that. But, I mean, if you want, you can just go to Social Blade and look at the estimated amount of money. By the way, if you're ever trying to figure out a YouTuber's income from Social Blade, always choose the low number. Or the lower number, because that's way closer than the higher number. Like, it'll show you a range. Like, this person makes $200 to $500 a month, It's always near the low number. At least in my experience. How much did the car cost? Well, I didn't buy it. My dad bought it from an old friend, and I think it was like $8,000. I think that was a birthday present, technically. So, Daddy bought me a car. Oh my god, guys, I got a car. If you're wondering, this is gonna sound really bad. This is not gonna help with the image of me that I'm just like a rich white kid that complains about not getting enough money from playing with Legos, because the car's a 2004 Porsche Cayenne. But that's not okay. One thing, the car is 13 years old, right? And it has 100,000 miles on it. So right away, it's not like buying a Porsche Cayenne nowadays. And Porsches back in like 2004, they were way less expensive than they are now. I think the original asking price for this one was like $54,000, which is a lot. Back in 2003, especially in 2003, that was probably like $65,000 or $60,000 now. I'll admit that is a lot. But now Porsches, like the same model or something, would go for like $80,000 or $90,000 or $100,000 nowadays. But yeah, like I said, it's 13 years old, and it's got 100,000 miles on it. Other than that, it's in pretty great shape. So, I should delete this podcast. Why was the Iron Man demonetized? Why was Iron Man demonetized? Not what was Iron Man demonetized. Or what was Iron Man? Okay, yeah. So why was the Iron Man video demonetized? Well, because I used the audio from the movie. This is my Iron Man 3 recreation. Initially, the main recreation didn't get demonetized until like a month later. The comparison immediately got demonetized because it, which is to be expected because it used a clip of like the actual movie throughout the entire video. So, does Jonathan have a car? It says JSA Studios. I know he's got a license, and sometimes he drives to Taco Bell to get a taco or a burrito at like 2 a.m. or 11 p.m. I think he just uses his parents' car though. I don't think he has a car himself. Let's see here. What was your favorite Batman villain? I don't know. Joker, I guess. I don't really have a favorite. I've just gotten so jaded to like, what's your favorite superhero? Because I've been asked that a lot. And at this point, it's just like picking favorites. It's like, or like your favorite villain or your favorite, or Marvel or DC. It's like, I don't care anymore. Yeah. Are you gay for Jonathan? Very. Let's see here. What else? How is Jonathan sneaking out at 2 a.m. to go to Taco Bell? LMAO. He doesn't sneak out. I don't know. I mean, that was a bit of hyperbole. I don't know if he actually does it at 2 a.m. I know one time, like, I was Skyping with him at 11:30. He's like, oh, I'm going to go out and grab a burrito at Taco Bell or something. I'm like, okay. This was like a year ago, though, so I don't know. Maybe Adele's keeping him in check. No more 2 a.m. burritos. 2 a.m. burrito. That's the name of my band back in college. Let's see here. I watched Jigsaw the other day, and there was one line somebody said. Well, first off, there was a part where like a guy had a bucket on his head, and his head got sliced in half. And then in the coroner's office, the coroner was like, "Wow, this guy looks a little pale," which was a great pun, excellent pun, because pale like a bucket, you know. Yeah, that's that. Blah 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 blah. I don't even know. I don't know why I named these episodes ahead of time because I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. Oh, I did want to talk about something. I just saw Baby Driver today, and it was pretty good. I should actually put that on Letterboxd. I've been obsessed with Letterboxd recently. I think now that I have like 600 films listed on Letterboxd, rated, I can like slow down now and only just, I don't think I'm going to be doing any more streams anytime soon, because I think it's an adequate amount of movies that I have listed. But yeah, no, Baby Driver is great. It was great. It's a great film. Great film. There's this part because like when I made Cafe, people were like, "Oh, it's like Baby Driver," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure, thanks, I guess," because I hadn't seen it. And if you didn't know, in Lego Cafe, it's a brick film I made, where it's the whole idea is that like there's this mob war or like a gang war going on, and this one guy's in the middle. He's like a hired gun that either side uses depending on the occasion. So this waitress, he's just sitting at a cafe, and this waitress is like, "Oh, you must get a lot of enemies," and they're like chatting it up, and he's like, "Yeah, I guess." And so like some bad guys, some gang members come in, and they're like, "Oh, that's the guy over there." Like the idea is there. Anyway, that's beside the point. So there's this one part where the contractor guy, he says, "Thanks for the coffee, Larry," because the Lego Movie minifigure coffee guy, like barista, is like has a name tag that says Larry on it, and so I was like, "Oh, my dad wanted a boy," and he's like, "Oh, right, yeah, gotcha." And the same thing happened in Baby Driver, kind of. Like the girl is sitting in the cafe or the diner, and the baby says, he's like, "Oh, thanks, Jonathan." He's like, "Oh yeah, that's not That's I just started here. That's a new name tag. That's someone else's name tag. Sorry. I was like, oh yeah, okay. So when people said, oh, it's like Baby Driver, I'm like, okay, because I'd seen the trailer, so I'm like, oh yeah, it's probably something to do with that waitress and him like sitting in the diner. But no, they meant literally like, oh yeah, the name tag mix-up thing, which I legitimately had no clue about. I had no clue, because, man, that was weird. But anyway, unless you guys have some more questions, I think I'm gonna be wrapping up this episode of The Lone Clone. If you want to watch it back, because I'm gonna be privatizing this immediately and downloading it, it'll be on the Blockheads YouTube channel probably by tomorrow, at least. So if you want to listen to it, you can listen to it over there. Why don't I just move this to my second channel? I feel like that'd be way more convenient for people. Nah, Blockheads is like a podcast channel, but... Well, the same amount of people would probably listen to... Oh, that's actually a good question. I think I'll just keep it on Blockheads for now. Just keep it on Blockheads. Anyway. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. All 8 of you that stuck it out to the end. I should also pick less worse times to do this, because it's like 9:25 and like 9 o'clock is bedtime for kids, you know, on a Sunday. Especially, or at least on the East Coast. And that's like half of my viewership. So, anyway, thanks guys for watching. And I'll see you in another episode of the Lone Clone. I'll let the jazzy tunes play you out. See you guys. Ah, just kidding. People saying they got questions. Wait, hold up. Sorry, hold up. Tyfly, you say, oh, you sent a question, you said. Arrowverse Studios asks, where do you get voice actors? I ask, and I'll just find them from other YouTubers. FaZe asks, you haven't seen Baby Driver up until now? Yeah, because I'm not 17 yet, and my mom wanted to see it with me. Or I don't know anybody that's like over the age of 17 that wanted me to see it with me. So this has been a persisting problem for like the past 2 years, because I wanted to see a lot of R-rated movies, but I don't know anybody that, you know, is like over 17 wants to watch movies with me. I'm still 16 at this point. That'll change in about 2.5 weeks. 3 weeks. And so like it was a miracle I was able to see Deadpool like in theaters opening night. Because you know, that was just extenuating circumstances, because I had a friend who had a coworker. But yeah, I hadn't seen it up until now. And then oh, okay. Tyfly, if you were president of the United States and had to make a 99.9% foolproof plan to take down Kim Jong-un, what would you do? Saying this now because I may not be available for the questions. Could you maybe just link when the questions start? Oh, or let me know. Oops. Sorry. I didn't see that. I had my phone face down, so I wouldn't be a guy. Wouldn't be distracted. 99.9% foolproof plan to take down Kim Jong-il. That's a good question. Well, I'm sure if you nuked him, that'd be pretty foolproof, right? But you'd wanna. The problem is, like, once you take down Kim Jong-il, like, some general is just gonna take a spot and just gonna start a new dynasty of North Korean dictatorship, and they'd probably respond with nukes or something to South Korea or Japan. Or just conventional weapons at South Korea, because Seoul is like right across the border. So ideally military retaliation. I mean, the problem is, like, yeah, he's unstable, but, like, so is a lot of the rest of North Korea. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. Probably just SEAL Team 6, that son of a bitch. And on that note, I'll let the music play me out for real this time. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.